Two-tone and L-E-L-N-E-S-S-N. Yes, we are the very best.
$7 popping collars, eating shrimp, $5 met some girls from Guatemala, now they trying to holler.
Now before they wouldn't bother, now I'm trying to be a scholar, cause she giving all the knowledge to me.
Knowledge to me.
Doing homework every night of the week.
Night of the week.
Like she chillin' up at college with me.
College with me, but we cruising, man. Rolling up at 430. Kush, same color as a Kobe Road jersey. Or a throwback worthy. Giraffe ass high. Fresh breeze just passing us by. Cause I'm cruising on a Sunday afternoon. I got my good shoes on. Ain't got no bad news. Here's what you say to the lady. Let me squeeze you. Let me hold you. Let me squeeze you. Let me hold you. Why? Cause I don't wanna leave this party, baby, without you. What you waiting for? Hop in the ride.
Okay.
What you waiting for? Hop in the ride. So I arrive at a party at 9. I reside beside Sim. Think on the fly. Time's on our side. But look again, and it's 11 p.m. Chalk it on the board. Time to sin. Let's begin. Hey, you're kinda cute, and I got the loot to befriend both you and your girlfriend, Sue.
You single Tim Jones?
Well, that depends. Just then she turned to a friend and she said,
I really like him.
Say word.
I really like him.
Oh yeah.
I really, 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 really like.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to JCT TV. I'm Papa T, and to my right, your left out there in television land, we have none other than the outstanding Joe C. Joe Carroll. How are you today, Joe?
Papa T, great to be here.
Likewise. And to our left, that star and rapidly rising superstar, returning here to our set, none other than Yoneiry. Daddy, how you?
I'm doing well, Papa T. Thank you for having me here.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you, Joe. Appreciate you also. Thank you for giving me
Yes,
the opportunity to be here with you all at JCT TV.
Outstanding. You know, it's such a pleasure because I feel a sense of attachment to your accomplishments. I watch everything that you do online, whether or far, whether I comment, I don't comment, you know. And we have become attached not only as big brother and younger brother, you know, in the planes of age in life, but we've become brothers on a whole nother plane, you know. So welcome, Brother Yoneiry.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this gentleman is a superstar. You're going to hear us implement during the course of our conversation today. From time to time, different things that he has accomplished. And you'll see why when you start to see him more and more in other areas of your entertainment life, that he has done it. Yeah. We're going to engage today in a conversation called polarity and discipline. You know, we're based here actually on the facts and foundation of success. Why we're successful, how we've come to be more successful, and how we can assist you in becoming more successful. Right?
Right.
So the thing is, we're going to open up with asking to our left and our right, how do you perceive the words polarity and or discipline? Whoever wants to take it first. Joe?
I'll go.
Go ahead, Joe.
All right. So polarity to me is something that's basically inherent in the universe, right? There is polarity in everything. There is yin-yang. There's male-female, plus-minus. There's the opposite poles of magnets, right? And the ultimate objective, I think, my understanding, is to achieve some kind of balance. Yeah. Now, I happen to believe that that was created that way. I believe in a creator who had a master plan and constructed the universe according to certain principles, went by a plan, and made it so that it could last forever. Okay. In our terms of what forever means. Okay. Okay. So polarity, you have basically opposing sides, opposing views, differences in all kinds of things.
Okay.
And where discipline comes in is, for me, the objective of polarity is to achieve balance. And how do you achieve that balance? You have to, as humans, we have to somehow be able to unite with each other. As individuals, on individual level like this,
Okay.
in a family, the family members have to be able to unite. In a community, you have to have unity among different factions of the community, and so on, all the way up to the world level. And the way I see us achieving that is through discipline. Because if we just allow ourselves to be blown around in the wind like a leaf, we really have no purpose. We can't focus on unity if we are just being blown around. The other side will gain dominance. So there has to be an equal kind of give and take, so to speak. Now, I can't get into the opposing things of magnets, but I can tell you this, that when two magnets are of the same polarity, they are going to repel each other.
Yeah.
They can't unite.
Yeah.
You know, so one has to turn around and be objective to the subject. The minus has to be objective to the plus in order for them to unite. And I think right now there are just too many pluses going on out there, you know, to where we're struggling to achieve unity and a polarity that's in balance.
That was a mouthful. Wow. Got the wheels turning. Janetti, you want to add to that, or either come from a different direction, whatever comforts you?
Well, I always like to take things to another level.
Okay.
I'm so much drawn to conversations that are about opening the mind of us that, you know, we go about everyday life. You know, well, polarity is, you see it right there. It has a P, and that's power.
There you go.
You know, to me, it's like what you bring with you when you walk your presence, you know, and how you talk about magnet, it's just, it's all that energy that you carry. What has the most power right now is the sun. The sun and the differences is all around us. Okay. So we must deal with everything that is in this world, accept it as it comes, and the energy that comes from the sun is being given to us for free. So that energy is already giving you that power for you to draw yourself and feel grateful that you have another day to live for, and just like use that energy and make your energy the best energy that you can, because life is bad as it is, but it's what you make of life that sets you in a different trend of life.
Outstanding. Beautiful. Outstanding. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a great addition. And you guys have said so much today already. And Joe said a key word before when he talked about the being positive or negative in how you do things and the way that you do them. One of the things that keeps us down in life, or what people call down in life, is the fact that we don't look at life as a magnet.
Yeah.
And everything is drawn by magnetism, right? Either you're drawn to negativity or you're drawn to positivity.
Yeah.
Right?
And I like to add to that you see it very often. Sometimes you think about someone and you see that person. Sometimes you think about someone and that person calls you and you be like, oh, it's just thinking about you.
Power of attraction. There's a lot of people that have read the book called Law of Attractions, and there's a lot that goes with the laws of attraction, right? But we're going to hit you with a bottom line, right? Because when Janetti said power, he took it to a whole nother level, right? Yeah. And the thing is, the power of magnetism is one of the incredible powers that each of us possess within ourselves. And unified, we become even stronger. So the thing is, you have to remember that the reason that you fail in life is because you're dealing with something and the side of the magnet that repels.
That you
Right?
can't see.
Yes. So the thing is that unalike is attracting and A-alike is repelling.
Right.
But you have to reverse that and make A-alike attract, and you want to attract positivity so that you attract positivity to you. Right? We're heading off into all dimensions on these two words, which are very powerful words. I know Joe want to say something. I'm going to give the floor back to him and let the knowledge circulate.
Well, I really didn't have anything specific to say. However, one thought occurred to me, and that was that when we are striving for something, you know, in your case, you're striving for a certain notoriety or a position or something in life greater than where you were.
Yes.
All of us are, hopefully. And when we utilize that power, that magnetic power, I think we have to, in a way, we have to be aware that it even exists. And that's where education comes in. We talk a lot about education on the show.
It's very important.
And how do you impart certain knowledge to children in order for them to understand that there is polarity in the world and that there is plus and minus, and that one of the objectives of life is to be able to achieve unity with others. Granted, we won't be able to unite with every single person. We're not made that way. But in our efforts to find a path, we have to decide, can I unite with this person or with this company in order for me to achieve my goals and become successful in my life and help them become successful in their mission by using me and me using them.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask a very important question to Genetic, because we're flowing back over to him right now. In your conquest to achieve some of the roles that you've done, to have the music productions that you've had done, to gather some of the interviews, such as Telemundo's interviews and other broadcasts and so forth, I'm going to ask you something about the laws of attraction and magnetism, because
Correct.
you guys have taken it in that direction today, polarity and discipline. Do you believe in visualization and affirmation?
Yeah, I believe in visualization, and I believe in the power of attraction, and everything falls down to you have to deal with the present moment now, because the now, we don't have to be here and like each other, right? But we have to accept each other because we have a mission. So in life, I had to deal with all the negative things that was around me and use that and impose myself to do even better and break through that and say, you know what, I'm not going to stay in that circle that's going to destroy me. So I use that, and I use the negative things from people saying, you're never going to be nothing, you're never going to make it, you're never going to do anything. And all of that just even pushed me even further, because I knew that I had a bigger purpose. Now, let's not forget this. God, I believe in Jesus Christ, because you can do something for me, you can do something for me, but we was all here sent, right, by a God, by a giving God. Why I say that? The first God, and I can take this a little bit religious over here, it was Adam and Eve. That's why you hear the word brother and sister, right? That's where that comes from. But if you look deep in the Bible, it says we are brothers and sisters. So when you look at that, it opens your mind to another dimension of thinking. But then he also calls us gods, but we will die like humans, because only one perfect man. So in this case, I'm a god. Now, what you believe about yourself, it's up to you. Now, I was giving what I have today, being in Hollywood, rapping around the world, being here in front of you. It was all already there. Now, I took the title to take it to another level. That's why I'm here today. That's why I see you eye to eye. That's why I'm here in front of you, because I broke through all of that negativity, and I know that even if it comes negative at me, I will still deal with it, break it. It would be what it is, and it's going to happen, and I can do nothing about it.
Outstanding. Ladies and gentlemen, since we went in that direction, I'm going to send you to Ephesians chapter 6 because it tells you what to do when you come across negativity. And it tells you the tools that you need to fight any level of negativity in order to remain positive, stay grounded, and continue to build so that you can achieve in the aspects of life of doing what you want to do, being what you want to be, and having what you want to have. Stay positive, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to slide off from you guys for a minute just to show you some of the accomplishments of the great Yoneiry. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, I just wish we had more time. It seems like every week that we come to you before we can fully open our mouths and our thought processes, that it's time to look forward to the next event and next show. But the thing is, the time that we have remaining, we're actually going to focus and continue to focus toward polarity and discipline, because without discipline, you can never, ever achieve anything truly prosperous and divine in this life. A lot of people say you can't be divine because there's only one individual that's divine, but that's one of the biggest lies and misconceptions you have ever heard. You're supposed to look to do and achieve anything, any level that you want to achieve, anything that you want to achieve, and you can do it if you believe, because according to your faith, it will be established into you all the days of your life. With that being said, we're going to jump over to Joe and see what he has to bring.
There are actually a couple of things I wanted to jump off on what you said. Concerning the law of attraction, it's real. It definitely is real. And affirmations are real. However, affirmations, there are some people who say, be careful with affirmations. You can't just keep repeating something over and over again and expect some kind of result. There has to be a few other things involved. And I was reading Matthew the other day, and in Matthew in the beginning, especially in the Sermon on the Mount that Jesus gives, there is talk about faith. And he gives an example of faith. And the thought occurred to me that a lot of us, when we think about faith, we think about, yeah, I have faith. We're waiting for something in the future. I have faith that Jesus is going to come again. I have faith that things will work out. I have faith that I won't get killed today by a bus. All these things are in the future.
Yeah.
But if you really look at a couple of the examples Jesus talked about, the faith is like the man who came up to him. He was a centurion or something, and he said his son was ill. He wanted Jesus to heal him, and Jesus said, "Okay, I'll go to your house." The man said, "No, all you have to do is say the word, and he'll be healed." And Jesus accommodated him, and he was. And the Bible says he was healed within the hour. Now, there's a couple of other examples of that kind of faith. Now, that man wasn't thinking about, yeah, Jesus, if you come to my house and do something, that he will be healed in the future. At that very moment, that man had the faith that his son would be healed. All Jesus had to do was say the word. It was in the moment. There are several other examples like that too, where our faith has to be in that very moment. In other words, I believe that this is real, that I have whatever it is I want. I have to believe it. Now you say, well, you're lying to yourself. No, because we're in time and space, but everything that we create is not in time and space. And God is not in time and space. The spiritual realm is not time and space. So all we have to do is believe as if we had it now, and really believe like that centurion did.
You know, when you're talking about a right now, you hear people say a right now God, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people that even say it don't really understand what they're saying.
What they're saying.
Because we succeed, and you hear us say it all the time here on the show, we succeed at the speed of our decision.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the moment that we make the decision that we are going to be successful and we are going to do this and we have this particular thing, then we have it because you have the power of attraction to attract anything you believe is capable and possible. And I see Janetti swelling up. I'm going to let him take the floor for a minute and tell us some of that good stuff.
No, it's so true. You know, it has to do with the spirit world. People don't believe that. We live in a spiritual world.
Yes.
There's bad people, there's good people, you know. And if you don't believe in the good and the bad, you're not living. So the same way there's negative, there's positive. And you see it in the battery. It shows you negative and it shows you positive. So the fact that you see these two things is so real that if you're missing it, you're really not looking. And it's biblical too. It's so crazy. We're talking, look, I'm a believer. This is not a religious topic, but we're talking about the spirit world and deals with reality and right now.
Yep.
Exactly.
So when you want something, God tells you, knock on doors. But God doesn't say, you know, God, he says, help yourself so I can help you.
Yeah.
So you want to grow. There's been people, I bring them to the door and knock, but they don't go in. You can bring people to the door and they don't move forward.
Yeah, the door will be open, but you have to take the discipline.
Everybody
to go in.
wants everything like, oh, here, you want this piece of chain here,
give
take
it
it.
to
you.
Oh, here, you want a car here.
Yeah.
Here, oh, you want the house here. Nobody wants to do the work. I saw something like, oh, you want a mansion? Nobody wants to do the lawnmower. Everybody wants to pay somebody.
Yeah.
Indeed.
You know, you want to be rich? Nobody wants to do the work.
Indeed.
So in this case, I had to do my part.
Exactly.
I did my part. And everybody's like, oh, why you? No. I went through it.
Hard work.
I went through it, and now I'm enjoying it, and I still want more, but there's nothing wrong with wanting more.
That's right.
You have
As
to
long
keep
as,
progressing.
as long as you recognize where it is that you're going, what is the purpose,
Yes.
but wanting and desiring and wanting to be successful comes with hard work.
Indeed. Indeed. And you know, the thing is, Joe started that, and we're going to put the sealer on it because Joe said that a lot of people don't understand that visualization and affirmations, you can't just keep saying things and think it's going to happen. And he opened the door for Janetti to come in and say the sealer on the deal is the hard work.
Yeah.
You
The
understand?
discipline.
Because it tells you in Matthew chapter 11, verse 9, right? Luke chapter 11, verse 9, that ask and it shall be given unto you, right? But then there's another part to that. The next step is to seek, and you will find what you're looking for. Knock, and then the door will be open to you. So they're talking about getting into a physical aspect of things.
Of life.
Yes.
Hard work.
So that's how you have to look at life, because the Bible is a way of life.
Indeed.
So it's for you to like read it and just find a way out, because it happened already.
Indeed. Indeed.
It happened already. But then now how you say, oh, he wanted to heal my son. He had to go from wherever he was to go see Jesus so that he could heal his son. So he went out of his way.
Yeah.
He didn't sit there and be like, oh, come to me, come heal my son. No. God, everybody now thinks that he would judge you for who you are. But you know what? He says to himself, I am King of kings and Judge of judges. But we are also judges. So a lot of people live for what you have to say to me, and people live for what others are saying about you. They're not living as like to live fully and enjoy life.
Yeah.
Indeed. Let me just interject right here because we're down like to the final 2 minutes to this segment today. And the thing is, it says, according to your faith, it shall be established into you. The young lady, she touched the hem of Jesus' God. She said, I'm healed. And the thing is that he told her why she was healed. Your faith has made you whole. Not because you touched the hem of my God. It was your faith that did that.
Great
When
point.
the
Yeah.
gentleman said that if you just say it, my son will be healed right now. He had so much faith that it reached back and touched his son. The minute that Jesus said that and he believed that his son was well, he could have done that before and prior to that. And all of you have this inherent power. This power is inherent in every individual on this planet.
Yes.
It's how you connect with the supreme and grand architect of the universe, and how you daily what you put into your mind, whether it's negative or positive, genuine or so forth. Right? With that being said, you have 15 seconds, Joe, give us something positive to send the people off with, and so we can give Janae 15 seconds.
Well, the man we talked about in Matthew, he made the effort. In other words, he wasn't waiting and hoping that God would heal his son. He heard Jesus was around in town. He made the effort. He took discipline to go there
and put in the work.
and put in the work.
Janae, 15 seconds.
I just wanted to say, yeah, it's 50 seconds, but listen, I want to say it's very quick. I'm here today because I decided to come here. So if I wouldn't be here today, this would not happen. So you have to look at life like that. God is there, always there to support you, no matter what you do. Keep believing in yourself. Keep pushing forward. Nobody else is going to believe in your dream more than you are. I believe in my dream, and I am here today in Hollywood, rapping around the world, and I'm here in JCT TV. Thank you for this opportunity.
Ladies and gentlemen, we want to, as important, we want to thank Big Al, Chief Engineer, in the back, making all this magic that you see occur. We want to thank Sky 13 for opening up the doors. And once again, we want to thank Josie Joe Carroll for coming out tonight, and definitely Janae. Ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, as important always, we say success awaits us. Keep it coming.
Two-tone L-E-L-N-E-S-S-N. Yes, we are the very best.
$7 popping collars, eating shrimp, $5 met some girls from Guatemala, now they trying to holler.
Now before they wouldn't bother, now I'm trying to be a scholar, cause she giving all the knowledge to me.
Knowledge to me.
Doing her work every night of the week.
Night of the week.
Like she chillin' up at college with me.
College with me, but we cruising, man. Rolling up at 4:30. Kush same color as a Kobe Road jersey, or a throwback worthy. Giraffe ass high, fresh breeze just passing us by.